Hello and welcome everybody. This is Hadil from BidBo, and in this video series, I'll be sharing feature highlights of our new cloud-based estimating software. In this video, I'll show you how to start a new estimate in BidBo. One of the reasons why you may be looking to use estimating software is so you can easily reuse past work you've already done. Estimating in spreadsheets tends to be quite repetitive. It doesn't give you an easy way to use past estimates or to leverage existing data you already have. This ends up wasting a lot of precious time that could otherwise be used to improve the quality of your estimate, to bid more projects, or to focus on areas where you can have a strategic advantage. Let's see how BidBo can help you do this. When you create a new estimate in BidBo, you're given two options. First is to import elements from another estimate, or second, to import from a template. The third option, to create from scratch, is usually only relevant for the very first estimate you create in BidBo when you still don't have any data to reuse. Choose the first option if you're mostly going to rely on your last estimate or a similar estimate having the latest and most relevant data. Choose the second option if you've created a centralized template that has the most relevant data from all your estimates. In this example, I'm going to select another estimate as a source. Both options follow the same process. Next, you'll need to select which elements you want to import. There will be other videos that go through these elements in more detail, but let's describe them at a high level. Resources are the labor, equipment, material, and money with unit rates. Activities are the groups of resources and their production rate to perform the respective activities. Sometimes activities are referred to as crews. Items are any bid items that tend to come up often. Once you've estimated bid items, you can save them in an items library to make it easy to reuse. Direct are the bid items or the bill of quantity items that are going to be estimated, priced, and submitted to your client. It's rarely selected here because each estimate tends to have its own unique list of direct items. Indirect are any additional items that are not estimated as part of the direct items. The cost of these indirect line items, as well as the margins, is what will be allocated at the end of the estimate as a markup. Since indirect items and their breakdown tends to be similar from project to project, it can be helpful to reuse them. You also have the option to delete the quantities of the items and the cost breakdown so you can estimate them in a way that best fits your new estimate. Margins are self-explanatory. Vendors allows you to reuse the list of subcontractors and suppliers that you want to use. Vendor quotes brings in any quotes they've provided you in past estimates or templates. This tends to not be selected because most of the estimates are going to require new quotes. So that's it. You'll pick and choose the elements that you want to use as a starting point for your new estimate. In the next step, you'll provide the estimate name, the client, the area if it's applicable, currency, and category levels. Category levels gives you a way to organize your bid items under different headings or categories, so they show up in a tree structure. If you have a flat list of items, you'll select None. If you're going to have titles followed by subsets of items, then you can select one level. If you're going to have a title, then a subtitle, then the list of items, then you select two levels, and so on. The same category level options are available for indirect. Now we can submit. We can see here that the estimate was created, but it's blank because we didn't select to import any direct items. The indirect items, however, have been imported along with blank quantities since we selected to exclude quantities from indirect. We can also see the one level of categories that we selected for indirect. If we look over on the library side, we can see that all the elements that we have selected have been imported. The resources, which are the labor, equipment, material, and finance resources along with their unit rates. The activities, which are groups of resources along with their output or productivity rate, and the standard items that have been saved in a past estimate. All of those standard items were imported so we can reuse them. The vendors list, which includes all the suppliers and subcontractors, has been imported. The quote packages are empty since we didn't select to import any vendor quotes. This wraps up the video on how to start a new estimate in BidBull. Give us your feedback on how you like this feature and what you'd like to see next, and stay tuned for the next video in this series.